Man, if you think I was conceived 20 years ago, you are sorely mistaken. Wow.
Man, when people watch this on YouTube, they're going to have no idea why we're even talking about that.
I don't know how purple compares to Tempur-Pedic because I haven't tried Tempur-Pedic, but I like purple mattress. All right, let's talk about the Cody reveal. So after Street Fighter V at Combo Breaker, they revealed Cody.
Which was interesting because they actually just gave like 9,000 hints.
It was clearly coming. Yeah, they on the social media, they put up a picture of the bricks exploding out, just like happened in his intro in Street Fighter 4.
Which I think is always ironic because that's the intro to Street Fighter 1. And it was all tied to Joe, who he was supposed to be in Alpha 3.
Wow.
And so somehow he got associated with like through indirect means, now it's associated with him.
That's funny, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So they revealed it, and it was a super cool trailer, I thought. So it started out with Kenny Omega.
I mean, they even had like the letter that they revealed ahead of time.
Yeah, so the letter that they revealed.
Yeah.
Which was from Hagar to Cody, like former mayor to current mayor.
Complaining that he's not doing a good job or something like that.
So they put a bunch of work into it. There's like lore on the marketing team, which is always cool to see. And then in the actual reveal, it started out with that trailer that has Kenny Omega acting as Mayor Cody Travers, which was awesome. And then it turned out that it was a shot-by-shot remake of the Final Fight.
Yeah, I knew.
Intro.
I knew.
You knew it? Okay.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, sick. And actually, you know what? They actually said that the person talking to him on the phone was actually Xavier Woods.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the person on the other side of the phone that was talking like, turn on your TV. That was Xavier Woods actually doing that. So
that's like one of those unnecessarily extra things.
Right,
but
exactly.
I love it.
But that's awesome, dude.
That's amazing.
There you go. Yeah.
That's so cool. So it wasn't just the trailer that had all these other trappings, and I really hope that continues moving forward. I really like that stuff.
Yeah. And it really increased the hype for it, too. Look, I'm not going to front. Cody still has some wonky-looking animations. Yeah. He still has some Season 3 problems, you know, but he looked so much better than Falk did.
Oh, God. It's so much better than Falk and Sakura.
And look, let's just face it. The model is... The model is well done.
The model itself looks really good. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And look, I'm just going to put it out there right now. Because look, Season 1 was just a joke with the whole Mika and Laura thing, right?
What?
You know, just the tits hanging out and like male gaze and all that stuff like that. Now they have like an Ed costume with a clear bulge, and now they're just like, okay, Cody is just going to be ridiculously hot. And like, I love it. Like they put like the female gaze on Cody. And I think that's fantastic, frankly. It started with evil, like with Hot Ryu, as people mentioned, but like I just think that it's really cool that they're just doing that now.
You don't think it's still the male gaze, just a different male?
It could be. I mean, absolutely. So,
I don't know, James.
You know, I think it's awesome.
Yeah, no, I think he looks great, and I really like the alternate costumes too. I think those are all really, really good.
Yeah, exactly. So
very cool. So. Other than how he looks, some of the gameplay I think looks interesting. For example, I didn't realize this, but I guess his V skill is his final fight, like kicky kick.
Which I think is such a cool idea.
Because when I first saw that animation, I was like, that's pretty dumb. But then I saw a GIF of the original thing, and it looks just like it.
It's like choppy in kind of the same way.
Yeah, it's exactly the same way. So that's cool. It's not like an accidental crappy choppiness. It's very much intentional to look like the old one. So that is cool.
Yeah. But what's cool about it, so in Final Fight, that was the get off me move. Like, I'm getting surrounded, so you hit the button. It's the escape move that made you sacrifice life.
Gotcha.
Right? So they put it in the game as his V skill, and sure enough, he white damages himself when he does the V skill.
Does he?
Yeah,
I missed that.
That's what it says in the post. Like, he actually gives himself white damage to do that move, and so it has invincibility.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of like Maki was in CVS 2. Because that was her escape move in Final Fight 2.
Right.
And so I just thought that was, I didn't think of that, and I was like, that's actually really cool.
That is really
cool. They put that in there as his V skill. So I like what they actually did with the character. You know, like I said, the animations are a little wonky, but I like a lot of the ideas of it. And they hid the rocks in V-Trigger 2 and stuff like that.
The V-Trigger 2 setup where he throws a rock up, and it's like the missile that comes down. It's like Sector missile. and he has a fireball, which...
Just ZXC Just, the kick was in Alpha 3. It was not in Street Fighter 4. It was in Alpha 3. It was the end of his level 3. His kick level, you go boom, 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 and then he jumped up and spun around and kicked. That was their homage to that move, but it was not in 4 at all. So
he has a fireball, and I guess that also comes from an old game. One I had never seen before, but I saw a GIF of him throwing a fireball in like some old... It was like a Game Boy version, or it was something like that.
Ooh,
something I had never even heard of.
Was it like little 8-bit sprite kind of look? Was it Mighty Final Fight?
Could be.
Okay. Mighty Final Fight actually was their port of Final Fight on Nintendo.
Okay.
And they just made it cute little 8-bit graphics.
Okay, yeah, that was kind of cute.
So he had Tornado in there?
Yeah, he had a fireball. It looked very, very similar.
Okay.
Yeah, Mighty Final Fight for NES.
Is that why they gave him a Tornado in Alpha 3 in the first place?
I don't know.
I never knew why they gave him a Tornado in Alpha 3.
Okay.
It never made any sense to
I'm
me.
talking exactly about Hi-Fi's series of tweets where he went back and looked through all of the old references. Yeah, Tornado Sweep from Mighty Final Fight. Thanks for the link
that's
right there.
why they gave him the Tornado in Alpha 3, because he had it in Mighty Final Fight. I actually didn't know that. That's so cool.
There you go, dude.
Okay. But yeah, they turned the criminal upper into just his super now.
Right.
And, wow, that super doesn't have any... And it's sad, too, because they always end all the trailers with the critical art, and, it's not the fanciest one, because it's not all animation or whatever like that. It's more like juries.
Yeah.
Right? But, I mean, it looks like it reaches the top of the screen, so, I could imagine it being really good to catch people trying to escape out of the corner and stuff like that. But he looks really interesting. I mean...
He does.
A lot of people guessed that one of the V-triggers was going to be the knife.
Sure.
But like I said, I thought it was cool that the second V-trigger turned into the pipe and the rock.
I want some wild up rock setups, because they're going to exist. I hope that they exist. Occasionally, Street Fighter V characters have come out that have things in them where I'm like, that's going to be super good and wild. And then it comes out and it's like really nerfed and you can't do anything with it.
Right,
so hopefully that's not the case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, look... I was impressed with the trailer. I like the trailer that they went through the effort, like with the Kenny Omega and all that stuff like that. I think the character looks cool. Like I said, the animations are a little wonky, but they're still better than Falk and Sakura, right? He's kind of on that Blanca level, where there's something weirdish about it, but it still looks okay. I'm okay with it, But it's like I said, the motion is too smooth. The animators there aren't putting enough pop in their animations. It's just what it is. They're animating it well, but it's not animating realistic. Things look floaty. You know what I mean? They need to pause and stretch and snap a little bit more. I hear that. But
I hear that.
But for the most part, like I said, even the wonky animations that he has aren't even that bad.
They're not that bad.
Not as noticeable as the ruffian kick. The low ruffian kick didn't look good to me. For example, some people in the chat are asking which ones I'm talking about. Okay. Like the low ruffian kick, it just looks like he's like, yeah, instead of like, ha, like he did, in Alpha 3.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know a lot of people were actually saying that they wanted L.I. Joe to be Sagat in the Sagat reveal trailer.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, and so Joe was trying to talk to them and stuff.
There's a real Thai fighter who's Sagat's label, who's modeled after. He's still alive. Mm-hmm. They could get that guy.
Yeah, that's true.
That would be so cool.
Dude, that's right. They even gave Cody his target combo. The punch, 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 grab, knee, throw.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool too. So.
I don't really know what the V-Trigger 2 does with the knife.
V-Trigger 1 is...
I'm sorry, V-Trigger 1. Mm-hmm. I saw stab, but is it chip damage on block?
I don't know
idea.
The article's out there. I didn't read all of it yet, so I'll probably have to go and do that in just a little bit. But
anyway, he looks cool. I'm happy about it. The only bummer is that he's coming out in 1 month, so he's not going to be allowed at CEO. But what typically happens, he's coming out the week before CEO starts.
Right. But he'll come out in time to be legal for EVO.
He'll definitely be legal for EVO. Okay. But what happens anyway, it seems like, is that the characters that come out during the season aren't really played at the high level until the end of the year, if not the next year.
Because a lot of people don't want to switch characters to learn someone brand new. Everyone's just saying that the knife just increases the range on his normals and gives him better frame advantage. So that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. But I did like the fact that when he had the knife, it was more like he was kind of nice, like cooling, like actual knife moves instead of just him going ha 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 ha, like gonna practice his stabbing, right? Ha ha all day. So it was actually really cool. Actually, they don't even come out that week and get buffed later. Like, honestly, someone actually had the right timeline for Cody. Come out, everyone's gonna say he's weak. Then it's going to turn out he was good all along and people just didn't know, but then they're going to buff him for season 4 and then he's going to be OP at the beginning of season 4.
You know. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I heard that. So, folks remember Harrison, who was a strong Street Fighter IV Cody player up in Northern California. He now works and has worked for Capcom for quite some time. And what I've heard is that he really, really likes Cody. That he's like really having a blast messing around with him, and he's got some really wild setups.
Oh, I thought you just meant in general he likes him, but in this version,
I mean like how he actually plays. He's like really happy with the character. That when I heard that, I was also really happy because I know that he really cares for the character. You know, so he would be upset. If it
right, it's not like a Cammy player really hated the way Cammy played, and a Fei Long player really hated the way Fei Long played, and a Chun-Li player really hated the way Chun-Li played, but the person didn't care, right?
It's not like that.
It's not like that.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not coming out with a Zangief that's so obnoxious that I quit Zangief in that series entirely, which is what happened.
Anyways, speaking of
HT Remix?
No, of Super Turbo kind of things like that.
Right.
New game on the horizon today.
Yes.
Came out for
today.
Most people today.
Not for everybody?
No, not for everybody who had access to certain, mom and pop.
Oh, it done been out.
Yes.
Got it.
Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection is out.
Correct.
It is out, and, a lot of people worried about it, obviously, because, Capcom just hasn't really necessarily been doing a great job on things lately. I've been super excited and hyped for this game. I've gotten it. I've messed with it a little bit. What about you? Have you had a chance to play it?
I did play it, but just briefly. I played it for maybe half an hour before I came out here because I was doing work before that. So I got it for both Steam and Switch. And in just sort of very brief testing, they felt the same to me.
Okay. And Asker Serenity, I wish I'd had it for a while, dude. I literally just got it at midnight last night. So.
Yeah. No, I mean, I ordered it digitally, so I couldn't get anything earlier. It wasn't here anyway. From what I could tell, it was the same on both versions that I have it on. And all of the things that I have tested so far and that I know you tested in the past, and I've talked with other people too who have tested things, it seems like it's arcade perfect. In all of the glitches are in there still, all of the weird bugs are in there still. There's no balancing of any kind.
I mean, there's a few things that were fixed.
Okay. So, right. For the games that are playable on online, they did fix some things that were game-breaking because they wanted it to be playable online. Right. But those are not, like, gameplay important things.
Like Mikey even tested, like, Elism in Alpha 3. Yeah. If you pick Karen and she throws you, it drained 100% of your life. It put you to 0 health automatically, no matter what, just one throw, right? That doesn't do that anymore. I noticed that they fixed... Mika had an air throw in Vism that did 0 damage.
Huh.
That just was a glitch. Like, if you did the air throw, like, it just did 0 damage, but it was doing damage. So they fixed maybe a few small things like that.
I haven't run so I don't know that game as well, but all the things that I've tested in Super Turbo and Third Strike have felt exactly the same.
Yeah, Arlieth did a bunch of tests in Third Strike. You know how much he's into the game. And I asked him, what's your verdict so far? And he's like, so far this is super accurate. Yeah. So he was able to reproduce all of the stuff.
So on that sense, I think it's really, really great. I don't like some of the stuff. I don't like the way that the interface works, where there's like 2 start buttons. So the way that it seems like they did it is that there's like the sort of operating system
start button,
and then there's like the program itself, right? So when you're in the game, you have to then get into the game, Super Turbo, etc.
Right.
And there's a separate start button for each of those. So I don't know if that's like the most elegant way to have done it, but
yeah, I mean, because you can pause at any point in time. Yeah. So even on the title screen, you can bring up that overarching menu. But the weird thing about it is they mapped it to the touchpad. A lot of joysticks don't have the touchpad, but you go into that menu and you can assign the start button to something else, which a lot of people weren't aware of at first. So that's
what I did, and I assigned it to, I have 8 buttons on my stick, but these games only have 6, so I just assigned it to like the 8th, 7th button or whatever. So it's not that big a deal.
And they also didn't have a 3 punch and 3 kicks assignment button, so that some people in the chat are complaining about it.
Right that wasn't in the arcade, everybody.
Yeah, it wasn't in the arcade. So.
Guest Perry God says,
I mean, it hurts pad players. It hurts pad players for certain layouts. It's hard to do 3 punches.
True. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
in any case.
Guest Perry God says they didn't fix the Karen throw. They based the Alpha 3 Rev on a later version that already had that glitch removed.
So that's probably where they also fixed the Mika air throw then, I would imagine, probably. So, okay.
All right. However, they do use the proper version of Third Strike that has unblockables and all this stuff. That's what we want to play on.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's that issue with the way that the UI works that I don't love. I've played it only a few times online, and my experience for the, I think, 4 games that I played was that it's the worst that I've ever seen. But that's probably not reality. I feel like there must have just been some error on like my internet provider's end, because it was so bad that it was like there's no this, like it was like worse than Hyper Fighting from 2007. Like it was just it was horrible. So that must have just been my issue. I'll try it again tonight and tomorrow.
Here's the funny thing. So I played 6 matches. They felt great to me.
Okay.
I didn't have any problems. One of them, but it felt like delay netcode instead of rollback. Like I tried to walk up and block a Sonic Boom and couldn't block at the last second, and it felt like things were a little laggy. But here's the thing. The accounts that I've had reading online on Facebook and in Twitter have been very polar opposites.
I've seen that too.
Some people are like, this has been great. Like, this is better than the other ones, and this is actually some of the best netcode that I've experienced, for these older games. And then some people are like, this is completely unplayable. This is the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that there's just something that is happening for certain people. Like maybe there's some internet setting or some ISP setting or something. I don't know, but like I've definitely seen both. My experiences so far have been good. So when you beat people, you can rematch.
Right.
And most people haven't rematched against my Zangief when I tick throw them to death. I did that in Hyper Fighting too. I'm a Ken player, and I thought that was really fun. In fact, I only lost 1 game, and that was my Ken against old Sagat in Super Turbo.
Okay.
The guy beat me there, and I was like, man, I want a perfect record.
Yeah, I'm currently undefeated.
Oh, man.
But I'm like 4-0, and they were all unplayable. I just
right,
like,
I haven't played any Cammy on Super Turbo. I've just been doing Ken and Zangief just for fun.
I've only done Third Strike Q so far.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I did a bunch of training mode in Alpha 3, which is cool. So the training mode, just as a piece of advice to everybody, if you are doing training on a standing opponent and don't care about them auto-guarding and all that stuff like that, don't put them, like, you should never have them on stand and idle. What you should do is go to record, and before you back out of the menu on record, hold forward on the joystick, back out, and then go back in it. This is standard training mode protocol that I used to do in Guilty Gear and stuff like that, right? Hold forward, and then back out and go back in, then go to playback, and you have a playback button that you can assign.
Yeah.
That's how you get people out of the corner. Sometimes you get them in the corner, and you're like, I want to go to the other side, but let me throw them, and you throw them, and they're already halfway across the screen, but you want to,
Right,
so if you just record walking forward for a frame, like 5 frames, you just hit the button, they go boop, and then you can jump over them.
That makes sense. That's a good idea.
So that's actually a really good tip on how to make your training mode experience a little bit better. Training mode is not robust.
No.
But, I mean, to be honest with you, the training modes are... They're pretty serviceable for emulation.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Like, you could definitely tell that when you go into versus mode or training mode and stuff like that, it's loading up a save state.
Right,
you
for
can
sure.
100% tell that that's what's going on. So, but it works. It works, and I'm having fun with it, and it's great. Like, I was messing with Alpha 3 stuff. I was practicing like these crazy Mika things that I've never actually practiced before. Like, they were techniques that I never learned during the time that I play, but I know about now that I was able to try out and stuff like that. It was actually really cool. So
I found out that I can do meaty back strong into Super Art 1 with Q. It's possible. It actually does work.
Nice.
But now I got to figure out a good setup for it.
Right. Mm-hmm. So you were just doing it manually at first, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then
so that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I don't know how you split it.
Yeah, honestly, the only thing that I would really think is that hopefully they patch a few things. Look, the game crashed on me. Okay.
Oh, really?
The game crashed on me while I was doing ranked. So after my hyper fighting match, I backed out and it just blue screened on me.
Oh, wow.
Gone. And I've seen other people report that too. I hope people can figure out what's going on there. I hope they can patch that. And honestly, I really, really do hope that digital clips, I talked to one of the guys who was developing it on Twitter. He just happened to hit me up because I was talking about it and stuff like that. But, if those guys are listening or watching, I really, really do hope that they do go back and maybe retroactively add training mode and online for Alpha 2. That game really deserves it. As much as the fact that I prefer Alpha 3 to Alpha 2, but I understand that there's a lot of people prefer Alpha 2 to Alpha 3, and I really, really hope to do that. So, yeah, Brent and Christy have been calling me on Twitter all day because they're like, yeah, now we are going to be able to beat you and blah, 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 and ST. And I was like, I just looked at Brent and I was just like, just cross up my cami and I die. It's just what's going to happen. So,
fact. Or just hold down back with the right character.
What do you mean?
Hold down back as Honda.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
And then you die.
Yeah. I mean, look, Chris uses Ken, so he's going to have a little bit of harder time beating me, honestly, because Cammy actually does really well against
Makes
Ken.
sense, yeah.
But,
DJ? I feel like DJ should beat Cammy.
DJ destroys Cammy.
Yeah.
That's one of her worst matchups,
that makes sense.
right? So I can't even really say anything. Like, if Brent comes back, he's like, I'm going to beat you up. And we'd be like, yeah, you are going to beat me up.
Dang.
What am I going to do with this fight?
The honesty option select.
Yeah, basically. It really is.
You should beat me.
Yeah,
if you don't, you're a loser.
Yeah, it's the Viscat. I don't even play this game anymore, whatever, kind of thing.
So the game seems good to me. I will say that I saw a thing that it adds a couple of frames of input lag.
It's one
frame of input lag? Okay, so that's not as bad as I had feared it might be.
Yeah, the 30th anniversary, they said compared to the SF3 online is one more frame of lag. So it's like 2 frames versus 3 frames.
SF3rd online edition, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the online edition when that came out recently.
Okay, so we're not talking about arcade.
Yeah, we're not talking about arcade.
Maybe what I heard is that it's 2 frames of input addition on top of what arcade is.
Might be
what I heard.
Yeah,
So I think I heard 2 frames.
Okay,
In any case, a little bit more input lag. I think that I expected that because that's just how, it seems like how that's at least how the PlayStation works, but it seems like all of them have that. So
never really played Alpha.
That's fine with me to the extent that I hope that arcade versions don't die and that this instead is not about replacing those, but more like getting people in to come to tournaments where maybe we can play online or on arcades.
Yeah, I think that's too much work. I think I would rather have it be tournaments run on this thing.
Well, I would rather that too, but I figured that there was going to be input lag, and it turns out that there is a couple of frames of input lag.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest with you, I think it's just it didn't feel weird to me when I was messing in training mode and stuff like that. Everything felt normal, but I'm also one of those people who's really bad for that.
Same. Yeah, I don't notice it. This is just what I've read. So.
Yeah, crouch cancel infinites are still there. I was doing them. The UI is not great. The UI is not great.
Yeah, that's the big issue with me. There's
definitely a lot of little issues here and there, but
in general, I really like it. I'm very happy that it's out. And I'm really looking forward to training mode for some of this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to being able to play it on a plane while I'm traveling. I'm really looking forward. For a while, I was bringing a PlayStation 4 to all sorts of events, right? Mm-hmm. Now, how about we just play on my tablet? Is that cool?
Dude, right?
Because I'll have it anyway.
Dude, I'll have it on the Switch as well.
Yeah, I'll have it on the Switch also, actually. Yeah,
so there you go. Yeah, dude, the loading times are pretty good. Only Third Strike training mode took a little bit of time to load up, but I'm assuming that's just because the game is larger and it probably takes more to load up the characters.
I feel like it was a second or
I don't know, just
half a second.
The other games were like go to the training mode, bang, and they're up, and Third Strike was black, and then it came up, and I was like,
I didn't even notice it. To be honest,
this is long now. It's like a whole second.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
But dude, I'll do the handcuff with Yosh Thursday, I'll be doing the handcuffs and everything. I'll be doing all the crazy stuff in Street Fighter 2. Glitches that people probably don't even know about.
Dang.
Although I don't know if I can still do the Dawson invisibility. I've never been able to do it, so I'll look up it and see if I can reproduce that one. I'll see if I can reproduce that one. But Yeah, there's some... Dude, Street Fighter 2 is so buggy. Like, one of the reasons why I'm going to have so much fun doing this is just really just to kind of just show you how buggy all these games have been. You know what I mean? So, it's really cool, so...
All right.
No, the handcuff glitch is still in there. The handcuff glitch is still in there, I'm pretty sure. At least it was in Final Round.
Yeah.
The handcuff... The reset is gone. The reset is gone, so... I'll go test it.
Test it later. Yeah. So. Anything else to talk about here?
I mean, look, I'm happy about it. I know a lot of people are upset, and I know a lot of people are really angry online as well. I don't know what to say about that. Like I said, my experiences have been good. I'm enjoying it, and I know, I've been pushing for this game a lot recently, lending my voice to the stuff, and I think it's a cool product personally, but,
my only issue is that hopefully it really was just a problem with my internet. Mm-hmm. If I go home tonight and tomorrow and it still super sucks online, then I'll be disappointed.
Right.
But right now, I don't think that I can have a conclusion really.
Okay. Okay.
Only 4 games, and they were so bad that it was like just hard for me to believe that that's how it is for anybody.
Right. So. Okay.
All right. Move on?
Break or just...
Yeah, let's take a break. I got to get some water. I'm really thirsty.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.